Hush.
Mandy's candy store has been opened for over a year now. During all this time, either she or Chester worked there. But for quite a while now, Chester has been spending more time in battles, leaving Mandy to run the store alone, which is exhausting for her. She is tired of this routine of work home, work home. She wants to go out and enjoy life because she's a businesswoman, not a sales clerk. She needs a worker for the store. She discussed this with Chester, and he was all for it. But finding a candidate will be difficult. It might be tough, but it's possible. It's time to enjoy life instead of selling sweets. A sufficient amount of time has passed since the search began, and the seller hasn't been found yet, but something else awaited them in the arena. And what is this unicorn? More precisely, a man, a pretty muscular, in a unicorn costume.
So this is what the arena looks like. I finally made it here. My dream is about to come true.
He saw an unfamiliar brawler. It was Gale. Approaching the guy, asked how to get to the brawler console. Gale was surprised. Such a man, in such a funny costume.
Yeah, stop being surprised, old man. Want some ice cream?
No, Gale replied.
Well, fine. Then help me to get to the console.
So Gale led him to the brawler console. They decided to temporarily move to such a beautiful courtyard. By the guy in the unicorn costume, everyone was, to put it mildly, shocked. What kind of circus is this? Is Gale messing with them?
Your fighter is not to blame. I asked him to bring me here, and I didn't come just for fun, but to become a brawler.
What? The whole console found it funny. What kind of brawler? Do they think every second person can become a brawler?
I'm not just any second person. My name is Barry, and my goal is to become a fighter.
The console said that they don't have time for these games. Joked and enough. At best, he can become a salesman. Wait, that's it! A salesman at Mandy's store. She was actually looking for a salesman. He will surely impress her. They called Mandy. She came and seeing Barry couldn't believe her eyes. A muscular guy in a unicorn costume. He really impressed her. So dressed up, just matching the style of her store.
But I don't want to be a salesman. I came to become a brawler.
Mandy said he needs to start somewhere. There's no shame in being a salesman. She is the store owner, and on top of that, a brawler was standing at the cash register and working. Let him prove he's capable of anything. Barry didn't really want to be a salesman, but he has no other choice. He really likes it here. He won't go back to the evil and greedy world. The arena feels so separate from the rest of the world. It's so cool here. The girl took him to the store and showed him how things work. Chester, seeing the guy in the unicorn costume, was surprised.
Chester, nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, but I never liked your pranks. So you better not try anything, or you will regret it.
Wow, what an introduction. Chester said he doesn't do such nonsense anymore. He's grown up. The fighter asked Barry to show his face. Why is he always in a costume? Barry angrily refused. No one will see his true self again. That's his creed. It's just so strange. Such a muscular, serious guy and a unicorn costume. It's incompatible.
I don't like you anymore. Maybe you should leave the store.
Mandy asked Chester to either be quiet or leave. He chose the second. The girl showed him where everything was and told him that today he could start his work. Barry wasn't at all happy with the role of a salesman, but it was too late to refuse. This is how Barry's new life began. He got acquainted with the brawlers. Everyone who came to him was surprised that such a stern and tough guy dressed up in a unicorn costume and worked in a candy store. His first day at the arena passed so funny. He even liked it a little. At the end of the day, Mandy came and congratulated him on the end of the first day.
It wasn't difficult. I'm ready to do anything to become a brawler.
Mandy asked why he needed it. Barry replied that he had set himself such a goal and was obliged to achieve it. Then maybe first he needs to take off this funny suit?
No more. I and this suit are one.
Why? The girl asked. Barry didn't talk about himself anymore. He was secretive.
I have nowhere to go. I'll spend the night in the store, okay?
Mandy said that he could spend the night at their house, but the guy refused without thinking. So be it. Let him stay here. Only he doesn't eat anything for free.
I don't really need your candy. I don't really like it. I like ice cream more.
Well, great. So the first week of Barry's new life has passed. It may seem that he hated his job, but at the end of the shift, a smile appeared on his face. With such a smile, Barry's 7th working day ended. Or did it not end? Ball came to the store. I think you remember why he looks like this. A quarrel with Mac led to this, but thank God he's already used to this process. Bull had heard about the pumped-up stern guy who walks in a unicorn costume. He considered it a shame.
Hello, unicorn.
Who are you? Who allowed you to talk to me like that?
Your image. You are disgracing us. Real man. I even doubt that you are a man and your pants are not empty.
It's only in your head that's empty. Tell me directly, what do you need?
Get out of the ring, freak!
Hearing the word freak, Barry felt bad. Maybe some memories of the past. What did he go through? He could not leave it like that. The guy challenged Bull to a fight in which he will prove that he is much more of a man than he is. Not knowing about a person, one cannot judge only by appearance. Bull accepted his challenge.
Tomorrow in the morning, right here, I will spread you out and you will get out of here as far away as possible.
Mandy came with Chester to close the store. All week Barry slept here, but they wanted him to sleep in normal conditions. At their home in the hall, on the couch will be much more better. He worked very well and didn't deserve to sleep in such an uncomfortable place. Barry was very pleased. No matter how he didn't like work, but Mandy and Chester became his family, and he never had a family.
Sorry, but I can't. Tomorrow morning I have a very important fight.
Fight? What other fight? He told what happened before they arrived. He must defend his honor. Chester said it was a bad idea. Bull is a strong fighter. He will not win.
It's a matter of honor. I have to win. You can't convince me.
Even if he disables you? Chester asked. One shot from his double-barreled shotgun and it's over. This is not a game. Barry stood his ground. He couldn't be persuaded. Oh, well, if so, then they will not leave him and will be there no matter what. Until the very morning, Barry didn't sleep. He was excited and preparing to show himself. Mandy and Chester managed to get some sleep. They were very worried about him. He knew everything about Bull. Without weapons, he wasn't that scary. They needed to disarm him and deal with him in close combat. They left the store. Doc felt something bad. Chester and Mandy wanted hot dogs. They needed some energy. In those moments, Bull arrived.
You surprised me. I thought you wouldn't be here, and you even have backup. It will be fun.
Chester and Mandy are not just backup. They are my family.
These words pierced them. They didn't think they could mean so much to him. Doc was ready to burst into tears. Those were very touching words. Bull got even angrier and ran to finish the fight. Barry needed just one precise shot.
Waiting.
Well done, Barry! While Bull as usual ran headlong, not knowing about the opponent's abilities, Barry used his unusual melted ice cream to knock down the fighter.
Freak! How dare you!
That word again! Barry got furious. The guy dropped Bull for the second time. This can be considered a victory. He defeated him in a hand-to-hand combat. Everyone congratulated him. Bull couldn't believe it. He lost to some kind of unicorn. He felt ashamed in front of the other fighters. No way! What have you done, Bull? Duck ran to help him. Mandy and Chester were horrified. Bull said he shot in rage. It was a shame for him to lose to such an opponent. Thank God there's Duck who resurrected Barry. But he won't be able to resurrect him forever. Each ability has its weakness.
Am I alive? Hard to believe.
I knew you could save him, but I'm so furious.
I didn't think today I'd be able to win. I'll die and resurrect again. My goal is very close. So be it. I'll tell you, especially you, Bull, why I'm in this costume.
Barry, whose real name is unknown, or rather no one gave him a name because he was born terribly ugly and his parents abandoned him. The guy grew up in an orphanage and there everyone called him a freak. He called himself Barry. He was despised every single day. He never had any friends. Girls didn't look at him. The guy was always lonely. Everyone considered him so scary. But Barry didn't choose how to be born. What is his fault? But in our dirty and false world, everyone doesn't care about it. People are ready to despise for everything. They get pleasure from it, putting themselves above others. At the age of 18, he left the orphanage and promised himself never to show himself and his face again. He came across the very first unicorn costume because they do not exist, and he also wanted his former self not to exist. He saw no point in life until he found out about the Brawl Stars Arena, about what different people and non-people are gathered here. He set himself the goal of becoming a brawler, began to train, swing, became strong, and on X day came to the arena. But he was hired only as a worker in the candy store of Mandy. But here he found a family for himself. And now he has managed to defeat Bull, one of the brawlers. That's enough for him. Hearing such a tragic story, it was impossible not to cry. He is very strong. Not everyone can survive this and not break down. Having learned all his past, Bull of course apologized to him. All his guesses and conclusions were a sick imagination. He is a very strong person. He is worthy of becoming a brawler. Bull is ready to personally recommend him to the council and everyone who stood here too. And so it happened. Barry became the new epic brawler. No matter what happens in his life before, it's all in the past. In the arena he has a family. Yes, let him be in a unicorn costume. This is an image that will make him popular. The main thing is that in his soul he is a wonderful person. From now on, this is his home. Never give up. No matter what they tell you, each of us is beautiful in our own way. Dream, go to your goal. Do not listen to anyone. Everything is in your hands.